Welcome to the mini More Profit Roundtable. We host this each Wednesday afternoon. The full version, the hour-long version, is just once a month on the second Wednesday of every month at noon Eastern time. We cover a lot of products, front end, solutions for improving your sales. But today we want to focus on clinical solutions. So for over a decade, community pharmacies have been trying to figure out medical billing. There's a lot of really well-intended programs, people that are really trying to help community pharmacies, and some really great ones, but not all of them get you across the finish line. We have some solutions that absolutely do that. And so that's what we're going to spend the time talking about today. Everything that I help bring to community pharmacies is to bypass the PBMs. So if it's a front-end product or item to improve your front-end sales, obviously that's going to bypass the PBMs. But anything that we do operationally, including my own company, ServeRx, we're bypassing the PBMs for community pharmacies. But the roundtable is to introduce other solutions that have been vetted, that pharmacies are using, and they're generating new profits. And again, those are all bypassing the PBMs. Preaching to the choir when we talk to the pharmacies about how they're all aligned and stacked up against you. But this is a three-phase or three-step process to success on clinical billing. First is the programs that have zero startup costs for our pharmacies. And those are remote therapeutic monitoring programs. So the pharmacy does not have to be in network. The pharmacy does not have to be credentialed with those medical payers, because Seniors Home Services, their remote care today, has all of that covered for you. And then the pharmacy gets an administration fee for managing those remote therapeutic monitoring. There's also some great opportunities for our remote patient monitoring, or the physical monitoring, and then chronic care management too as well, all coming from this phase one, or step one. Step two is actually fully getting credentialed and getting into the payer networks. And like I said, there's some programs out there that are mean well, but sometimes they're really expensive, or sometimes pharmacies haven't been able to fully get across the finish line. The other problem too is I've seen pharmacies actually get into the medical network, start billing for services, but then not be able to collect for those services. I have one pharmacy partner of mine in New Mexico that has billed over $100,000 on medical and hasn't been able to collect on that. So we're helping him get that cleaned up now and actually get those collected. That program is the Independent Pharmacy Provider Network. You see that's IPPN on the screen. We'll talk a little more about that in just a minute. And then the third step is, if a pharmacy actually has the space for it, the footprint is about a 10 by 12 space. This is a full door within a door, or business within a business, brick and mortar clinic that is completely managed for you. The pharmacy owns the clinic, but it's completely managed and even staffed for you. That program is called BRIM, or BRIM Wellness. It's still your clinic, so you name it, Olive Tree Wellness or Optimal Wellness, or whatever your pharmacy's name is, but then it'll be powered by BRIM. All right, George, why don't you take us through some of the remote care today solutions?
Yeah, I'll play some videos, then you can add your comments, Brett. But also the everything, like Brett said earlier, is to improve patient care, reduce hospitalization, better patient quality for life. So it's very unique, because it's a situation where you can give your senior patients some great quality services, and at the same time not earn revenue, but actually earn profit. So I'm going to change that. It's more profit than revenue in at least the first stage of the thing, which is the phase one. So I'll play a little video, give you an idea here.
It's no secret that pharmacies are under financial stress today and need to find new sources of revenue within their existing businesses. Seniors Home Services is happy to introduce you to our Remote Care Today program that can provide tremendous benefits to your customers and new revenue for your pharmacy. Our remote care service is clinically proven, done over tablet or smartphone, and a Medicare reimbursable program that can help prevent, treat, and often reverse chronic illness, musculoskeletal disorders, memory loss, cognitive regression, and loss of balance, thereby slowing decline while helping prevent falls and loss of independence. Our remote care services are backed by years of success in improving patients' quality of life, helping them remain independent for as long as possible. You can make these services available to your patients as we provide a turnkey solution, including patient engagement, enrollment, support, and Medicare billing under our Medicare NPI. Our patient engagement process is easy and fun with our complimentary Turn Your Selfie into a Healthy app and does not require any additional work for you or your staff. This biometric facial scanning app, which we personalize to your pharmacy, uses smartphone facial scans to read blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen levels, and risk factors with incredible accuracy, engaging patients in their own health by knowing their numbers anytime, anywhere. We also provide posters and bag stuffers with QR codes. As people use the app and receive results, they naturally engage with our support team and learn all about how our services can improve their quality of life. Information on your patient's monthly progress will be available in our secure portal. And if you choose to review their assessments each month, you can earn administrative services fees for the time you spend, all while helping your patients live better and longer.
Good. So, Brett, go ahead and talk about the three buckets and, the mostly the RTM, which we're going to be providing for them, which is really, again, at no cost to them.
Yeah, so this is the beautiful thing about working with George's company, Seniors Home Services, their remote care today, is that they have the vendors that do all of these services for you, for the pharmacy. So you don't have to be, have your P10 and everything on the clinical side for billing Medicare. Because they do already have that for you, or their vendors that provide these services. And the other benefit is no one company can do all three of these for a patient. So if you have a patient like Breck Rice and I need chronic care management, I can't also get remote physiological management or the RPM and the RTM all from the same vendor. You can do 2 out of the 3, but Medicare will not pay the same vendor for all 3. So what Seniors Home Services has done is collectively brought in additional vendors so that aggregating those services so the pharmacy can get compensated for all 3 of those services. We're really going to focus today on the remote therapeutic monitoring because that's what the seniors are most concerned about today. And honestly, it's what Medicare is concerned about. George, you've got some statistics on how much Medicare pays just in falls per year?
Yeah, I'll show that. But so the main thing is that from your perspective as a pharmacist, it's really a 1-minute exercise a month to go do a review, and then we pay you a service fee for that review while our providers take care of the patients from beginning to end, which you'll see a little bit here in a second. So the bottom line is, studies show that chronically ill patients receive remote care management and saw as much as 65% reduction in ER visits, hospitalizations. They're healthier, they're happier, they enjoy better quality of life. In fact, Medicare showed, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Man, where'd that come from? So Medicare actually even has another statistic. When a senior falls, it costs them anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000, and over $31 billion last year was spent on this. And that's why when we introduce cognitive types of exercises where they spend about 10 minutes a day doing these exercises, they have to do them half of the month to get paid for by Medicare, then they get that pay and they get healthier. And Medicare, of course, saves a lot of money, and you as a provider and administrator get paid for those services. And like Breck said, the companies will be doing their own MPI and taking care of all that through Medicare. You don't have to do anything but administer the chart, and then you'll get paid for that. And again, you just saw a brief thing about Selfie into Healthy, but this is our main marketing tool that we're going to be using. So we'll have it out in your front area. It'll be on all the posters with the QR code. And you provide us the data of your patient base. we'll be able to market this to them. So again, we even do all the marketing from that perspective. And our goal is if we put, 100 of your seniors on these services, it'll equate to about $2,500 to $4,000 a month in pure profit to your practice, which is huge. And then, like Breck said, step two, when you get into the medical billing, this actually will pay for that entire service. And then there's even more money that Breck will talk about in a minute. So let me play this video for you.
We haven't advanced. We haven't
What's that?
advanced. on our-
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, you did? Now you tell
No,
me.
so I heard you talking about selfie to healthy, but we
Oh,
didn't.
did you see this page?
No, now we do. Thank you.
Thanks for letting me say it all first. But anyway, so anyway, this is the improved patient outcome I just discussed, which I just repeated for you, but here it is in writing. And then here's the video.
Thank you.
In today's healthcare environment, one of the biggest challenges for medical providers is engaging patients in proactive care. It's hard to convince someone they need help when they don't even recognize the signs. But what if there was a way to make the need clear without you having to be the one to do it? Meet a revolutionary solution for patient engagement: AI-powered facial recognition. We call it Turn Your Selfie into a Healthy. Imagine a technology that helps your patients track their health, identify risks, and stay engaged in programs like our health and wellness coaching to keep on track with their health, all without you having to perform the assessments or having lengthy discussions with the patients. This advanced technology provides an easy-to-use, self-guided experience for your patients. They can complete assessments from the comfort of their home, gathering valuable data on their own through a 30-second AI facial scan using their smartphone. With 96% accuracy and 98% repeatability, it can analyze metrics like heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen levels, health risks, and others. This is not a substitute for medical care, but it is an accurate way to identify symptoms that just might help your patient recognize the need for lifestyle changes and to make healthier choices with diet and exercise. In addition to the immediate on-screen results, a detailed report is also generated, which we will review with the patient and educate them on how our remote care services can be so helpful. It could also encourage them to become more engaged with our proactive cognitive improvement program, designed to improve both memory and balance. We provide marketing materials like posters and countertop materials. As people use the app and receive results, they eagerly engage with our support team and learn all about how our services can improve their quality of life. This isn't just about making your job easier. It's about empowering your patients and improving outcomes. So, what's next? Speak with your care consultant today to learn how you can enroll in the program and start offering our remote care services to your patients, all with no upfront costs. Together, let's make proactive health easier for both you and your patients.
So again, a great interactive tool and an app. And by the way, when we market out to your patient base, we do walk it through them. If they have questions, we answer it, we call, we text, we email, we do a lot of marketing for you to make sure that patient has a good experience and they're able to get on this app. And then once they're on it, they spend 10 minutes a day, half the month, and they take advantage of all these services. So it's pretty neat. And from getting all their data, and these are all, consent. So it's not like we're cold marketing these. Once they fill this out, they consent that we could call them and talk to them about different options for them from the remote care. And then we put them on it. And then again, we let you know, and you provide the administrative service. So you get paid on it. So anyway, I'll end it with this, and then we'll go to the next part.
We all want to remain healthy, have a good quality of life, and be at our best physically and cognitively as we age, giving us the ability to enjoy our family and friends and continue doing the activities we so enjoy for as long as possible. Becoming engaged in your own healthcare, right in the privacy of your own home, with our free remote health and wellness coaching programs, is one of the best ways to accomplish this. Helping people be at their best and remain healthy, happy, and independently at home for as long as possible is the mission of Seniors Home Services. Through our remote care services, our team acts as your healthcare coach, partner, and advocate, and we provide the tools needed for your physician or our clinical care team to remain up to date on your daily health profile between your office visits, relaying alerts when appropriate. This information often alerts a medical professional of impending medical issues before they become critical, so they can be dealt with on a timely basis, thus avoiding hospitalizations, ERs, or institutional care, so you may remain independently in your own home for as long as possible. We also provide you with a fun and engaging, easy to do physical and mental exercise program designed to improve overall health, as well as balance, mobility, cognition, and memory, all of which helps prevent falls. Learn more today by requesting more information below and see how we can help you be at your best and add years of enjoyment to the rest of your life.
The most successful pharmacies in implementing this are, approaching the patient from both sides. So marketing it from the pharmacy level, giving the bag stuffers out, having, counter signs and materials, and then the seniors home services is also reaching out to the patients as well. So you'll be under a business associate agreement, a BAA, and so you're completely HIPAA protected in sharing that patient data. And also when the patient goes to they're providing a little kiosk for you to or that you'll actually see then where they can go into that selfie to the healthy. The next phase 2 will actually provide the little kiosk, which is a stand and a iPad where people can go right up and get their vitals right then and there, similar to the blood pressure machines that you would, just doesn't take up as much space as those big blood pressure cuffs do. So next steps are, complete the paperwork, which is, covered in the BAA. Look at your, number of patients that you have that would be applicable for this, and that's just by simply running a bin report out of your pharmacy system. Or you can also just contact your pharmacy system's help desk, and they can help you pull all of your Medicare patients out of that. And then it's the onboarding and patient engagement. Again, all the support is there for you. So the next phase, let's go to the next slide there.
So I just want to say, so the bottom line, I think it's really important to emphasize this, that the pharmacist or the chiropractor or doctor or we're working with, again, is basically just putting the materials out, letting us do the work, let the patients get to us. We put them on the right services. And then again, you'll get reimbursed, not reimbursed, actually, a service fee from us of anywhere from $25 to $40, which equates to, again, that $2,500 to $4,000. So you make pure profit while your patients get healthier. And again, very little time or work for you. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that it's not you're doing all this stuff to get these patients on. We're doing all for you. You're just basically providing the list for us and going from there. So then again, once you do that and you start earning income, then you have the choice to go to the next phase. Go ahead, Brett.
Yep. So next phase is IPPN, but why we start with the remote therapeutic monitoring is because there's zero startup costs for the pharmacy. There's not any, cost for implementation. There's not any cost for applying to get in network with the payers on the medical side. There's no cost in getting a PTAN from Medicare. Any of that. But phase 2 does have some startup costs, even though they're a fraction of what I've seen some of my pharmacy partners actually pay for getting credentialed on the medical side. One of my clients spent over $50,000 and still didn't get across the finish line. So we're helping him clean that mess up now. But the phase 2 is IPPN, and there is some startup costs there for the implementation. But like I said, it is, it's less than what you'll be making on the RTM programs that we mentioned, and it's only for 3 months. So it's $2,500 for the first 3 months to a total of $7,500 for that setup, rather than the $20,000 to $50,000 that other people have been charging. For that. Here's a list of your expanded services that you'll be able to perform. There's all the preventative visits. So it's simply taking services you may already be doing, like medication reconciliation for a patient. Very few people are actually getting reimbursed for that, or giving a report to their doctor on what medications that they're taking. But you'll see the step 1 there is the preventative visit. So you'll turn something like a flu shot that's only getting reimbursed, maybe $17 to $20 for a standard dose flu shot, and actually turn that into an $85 preventative health service. So the 391 through 397, and then the office visits, and then also diagnosis services. So you can eventually even have, a phlebotomist on staff that's doing blood draws and other things. Next slide, George. So the pillars to success for this program, happen to also be the things that will allow a pharmacy to fail at this if it's not done right. And unfortunately, there's more ways to be unsuccessful than successful. And so we want to make sure that we really hold your hand through the whole process. So the turnkey software solution is key, right? That's the patient engagement platform. You have to have a CPA or a collaborating practice agreement with a physician so that they manage that care plan. You can't provide any services unless those services are listed on the care plan. And then they do outreach to the community PCPs or primary care providers in your behalf, and recruit those providers on. So basically, the CEO of IPPN worked with CMS for 16 years and actually put their quality measurement scores together. So he has a nice little report card on every doctor in the country, and he can tell you exactly what that provider is leaving on the table. So services Medicare wanted to pay them for, they just didn't get around to those services, and it's always $100,000 to $300,000 worth of services they're leaving on the table. Well, the pharmacy can pick up and do those services for the patient, which is a win-win-win, meaning the patient wins because now they don't have to wait for 3 to 6 months to get a well care visit, or just skip it altogether, which is what 80% of patients do. The doctor wins because he doesn't have to perform the service, but still gets reimbursed for managing the care plan. And then our pharmacies win big time because now they're the rendering provider and they're making over 65% of that billable amount, which on average can be, $100 to $200 per patient visit. So the third phase is, like I said, if you have space for a full brick and mortar clinic, that is Brim Wellness. And what I love about this program is that they'll not only manage it for you, but they'll even staff it for you if you need it. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges for our independent pharmacies today is, man, you're overworked, you're doing too many things already on your own, and you don't have the budget to hire another clinical pharmacist or another clinician to come in and run that. So Brim has a talent exchange program that they'll even staff it for you, and you only have that person on. It's not another FTE for you. You'll only have them on staff or on site when you actually have patient engagement. So one nurse or medical assistant can support 2 or 3 independent pharmacies at the same time until you have your patient load built up enough that it requires someone to be there full time. And then the third leg of the stool on this is super fun because it's a credit vehicle, a financial vehicle that not only for the pharmacy in order to set up and build out the room, order the equipment, bring in the plumbing for the hand washing station and all of that. But this is another revenue generating stream for the pharmacy, because once you pay, if you borrow from the pharmacy fund and you pay back that fund, you're now a cooperative member of the fund and are helping the next independent pharmacy get set up. But now you're earning a really fair, like 8% return on your money that goes back into the fund. So that just generates and creates a whole nother revenue stream for your community pharmacy. George?
Yeah. So, but the bottom line, I'm just going to go back to one slide here. Let me go here and open my thing. So at the end of the day, though, it all goes back to this. So we told you 3 different services, but the one that again is pure profit, no cost to you, easy to set up, is the step number 1, the onboarding of our remote care product, and we're going to put that out to you first. Help you earn the profit, and then you can lead to Breck's company, and he'll tell you more about how to get started with that medical billing. So it's pretty simple presentation. We have great services. We're new to the pharmacy industry in the sense that we've been doing this with the medical doctors mostly. And Ken Breck, being an advocate to community pharmacies, said, why not have the pharmacist be the administrator of these fees so they get paid, and they obviously need the money and they like to have the profit, and then they can move on. So Brett, that's pretty much all I have. It's that simple. You get back to the person that got you on this call. We'll open up the lines if you want to ask any questions, and we'll make it real simple from there. So, Brett, do you have any closing remarks? Want to add anything?
No, just to really appreciate our busy pharmacists for taking time out of their schedule. We know that you get pulled in a lot of directions, so thank you for taking time out this afternoon to listen to us. It's a lot, kind of drinking from the fire hose a little bit, but that's okay. We'll take it one step at a time. We'll completely lay it out for you. And again, these services have been vetted over years to make sure that we're only helping our community pharmacies better help their patients. So that's the one thing I wanted to say is I turned down probably 10 programs to every one that I say, okay, this one looks valuable enough to bring on to my more profit roundtable.
Good. I'll stop the recording so I know some people want it, and then we can open it up for questions.